Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, I'll be talking an important concept of vector geometry, which is going to be asked in tomorrow's exam in 0580 IGCSE. Okay, so this is a concept of basically parallel vectors. Now, when do I say two vectors are parallel, right? So if I have vector A and if I could write another vector B as lambda times this vector A, okay, then we say vector B is equal to lambda times vector A. Okay, so this is the condition for parallel vectors, right? So these type of questions become super easy when we solve using the concept of parallel vectors. So let me read this question. In the diagram, OAB and OED are straight lines. Okay, and then it is given that O is the origin, A is the midpoint. Okay, A is the midpoint here. That means OA will be equal to AB. That is what we know. And then E is the midpoint. Okay, so this is E. And we are given that AC is A. So what will be AE? This will be A over 2, isn't it? Because AC is A and CB is B. Perfect. Find in terms of A and B in the simplest form the position vector of D. Right? So position vector of D is basically OD vector with respect to the origin. That is what we need to find over here. Okay, so let's understand this. So how much is this OB, right? A is the midpoint. So I can say using the triangle of vector addition, vector AB would be, right? AC, I could say like this, AC plus this, right? AC plus CB, triangle of vector addition. Therefore, we get this as A plus B. Now, since both are equal, so this is A plus B and this will also be A plus B according to the midpoint theorem. Okay. So we got OA vector as this. Now we know AE vector. Now I need to find OE. So can I simply say here, OD vector is nothing but OE vector plus ED vector. All right. So now how do I find OE? OE is nothing but, I'm writing it down over here, using triangle of vector addition, OA vector plus AE vector, which eventually gives me A plus B plus A by 2, which is nothing but 3 over 2A plus B. Okay. So we know that this is 3A by 2 plus B. So we got this OE vector. Okay. Now we also know that EC is basically A by 2 because A is the midpoint. Okay, now I need to find OD. Okay, so neither I know CD, I don't know this, right? Neither I know ED, I don't know this also. So here we'll apply the concept of parallel vectors. So since ED is a part of OE, you can see here. So I could write this ED as lambda times OE. Okay, so understand this concept over here. So therefore, I could say ED is equal to lambda times OE, and OE over here is, we already found it, 3A over 2 plus B. Fine. Similarly, applying the concept of parallel vector, CD is a part of CB. Okay, so these two are vectors basically. CD is a part of CB, so I can write CD as some constant times DB, because CB we completely know it's B. CB is B, right? So CD is a part of CB, so I can say CD is parallel to CB, right? A part of a line is parallel to it. Okay, it's not necessarily that only these two vectors are parallel. No, even these two vectors could also be parallel, like this and this. These are also parallel vectors. Okay, so using this concept, I can simply say here, CD, I could write it as some constant times B. Okay, now in this triangle, ECD, you apply triangle of vector addition to get ED, right? Therefore, I could say ED is, vector ED is equal to EC vector plus CD vector, right? So ED vector we need to compute, and I think ED we already have. Yes, correct. So ED we already have. So let me erase this, and that is lambda times 3A by 2 plus lambda times B, okay, equal to EC is A by 2, A over 2 is EC plus CD. CD is how much? Lambda times, sorry, mu times B. Mu times B. Okay, using this is 1 and this is 2. Okay. Now equating the coefficient of A, what do we get here? 3 lambda by 2 equal to 1 over 2. And therefore 2 cancels out. What we get here is lambda equal to 1 by 3. Equating the coefficient of A. Okay, so we got this thing. Right. So now therefore I need to, once I got the value of lambda, I know ED is this much. Okay, so therefore final answer OD vector is equal to OE vector plus ED vector. Okay, and therefore my final answer OE is how much? 3A over 2 plus B plus 1/3. Lambda value is 1/3 and ED is here. ED is here. So 1/3 of 3A by 2 will be A by 2 plus B over 3. Okay, so if I add this up, basically I'll get 2A and then B plus B over 3 is 4B over 3. All right, so it becomes so simple when we use the concept of similarity. The parallel vector concept. Okay, so I hope you like this illustration and the explanation. So if you liked it, do share with your friends and yeah.